on the calendar, from NASCAR to IndyCar, even the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series in competition today at the Lucas Oil Kansas Nationals. To the men and women who have fought and served and ultimately paid that tough price in defending this country, we thank you for all that you do. Alongside Alan Reinhardt, I am Dave Reef. Glad you could join us today on this three-day weekend, which of course focuses around the men and women that allow us to do what we do. And what we're doing here is kind of like dodging storms here.
Yeah, we have definitely been doing that. It is the start of the summer and summer storm season here in Topeka. It's beautiful here on Sunday race day, but Friday and Saturday, weather played a big part. Qualifying, dragsters only got one, funny cars only got two, and when that happens, you always end up with some hodgepodge fields, some very interesting early round matchups.
Yeah, and we had full fields. However, we don't have a full field of eliminations. Why?
Mark Tollifer on the one and only qualifying run hit one of the cones, which is a disqualification. If you basically don't have an attempt on the board, you don't get put on the ladder, and that means a round one bye run for the number one qualifier. Competition
has been intense. There's some very interesting matchups. Let's go to our highlights that begin with Jared Dreher and Brandon Boer, the number 8 and 9 pair after only one session of qualifying.
Remember, Brandon's got that torque converter car, and he just barely ekes out the win. Starting line was almost a toss-up, 544 to a 548, and Brandon Boer will take on Monroe Guest, that number one qualifier, who soloed into round two.
Hey, we're in Kansas. That means Randy Meyer's here somewhere, right?
Randy Meyer is here. His daughters are racing in Super Comp, so he loaned his car out. Hey, I wish I could borrow that car. It's a pretty good ride.
That's Shane Lawson and Dean Dubbin. And look at Shane streak down the quarter mile there, 5.255 seconds. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the best time slip of round one.
Yeah, he's put together some good numbers this weekend as a number two qualifier and advancing it. What a great matchup. We've seen these two cars before, but it's not usually Mike Strasburg driving the Why Not car. It has been the last couple of races, and it's also not usually Sean Cowie that gets beat on a hole shot.
Wow. Strasburg in that Why Not car, not used to seeing that in the number 11 qualifying spot. And the tail of the tape shows you just how close that race win was for Mike Strasburg.
Neither driver was great on the trees. 66 to a 76 was 100th advantage for Strasburg, and at the finish line, 4 thousandths out in front, about a foot and a half, give or take.
So the ladders, we look forward now to round number 2. Find the driver that's highlighted in yellow like Monroe Guest and Joey Severance on this side of the ladder. That means you have lane choice heading into that matchup. Forrest Fair can say the same thing, as can Shane Lawson, who's standing by right now with our Jamie Howe.
That 525 with a 5 wasn't only low ET of round 1, but it was also a career best run for Shane Lawson. Now, we've seen him behind the wheel of Randy Meyer's car before, but it's the first time this season. So, Shane, what went into getting here this weekend, and what are the plans for the rest of the year?
Well, me and Randy ran last year together, and we talked over the winter. We put a deal together, and this is my first outing this year, and we're planning on running this race here, Tulsa Divisional, St. Louis Divisional, and also the Dallas National, and possibly Pomona.
Lots of good things to come for this team, but in order for Shane to get behind the wheel, Randy, you had to step out of it. Your daughter's also racing here this weekend. Where is your focus?
Well, obviously we got a very busy weekend with running 4 cars and all the people at Smart Chicken that have helped us get this program together for this weekend. But my mother's a little bit under the weather, so we're kind of racing with a heavy heart with her, hoping she can pull through this. So it's been a little tough, but we're pulling for her, and this is about her this weekend.
So far, things are going well.